and he can be your personal favorite. But when it comes to being number one,
and that
no, that's not gonna happen.
Why y'all?
Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that shows 50 Cent joke about why he stays away from certain subject matters, and he brought up some big names like Nicki Minaj and Ye to stress his point, and this sparked split reactions, pretty much proving 50's point in the jokes.
It's hard out there.
And we also got to hear from the producer of Eminem's Killshot, who spoke on what it was like working on multiple projects with Eminem. And on M, we also got Charlie Puth include one of his classics in his all-time top 5 greatest songs. And we also got a response from Travis Scott months after Pusha T gave him a public lashing around the time when they dropped Let God Sort Him Out. And we finally got a more detailed response from Travis Scott, although not in a diss track format, but rather in an interview, and this has split fans as you'd expect.
So sit back, relax.
Let's get started.
And yes, the conversation surrounding J. Cole folding to Kendrick Lamar continues. And in the last video, we covered how Jadakiss and Fat Joe were split after Fat Joe revealed that he'll never look at J. Cole the same way before the folding incident.
When you talking all that gangster shit and they call you to the yard and you don't step outside.
And it looks like Charlemagne is out here
copy my whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar.
Nobody ever screwed J. Cole's head off the Big Three. The reality is there is no Big Three no more, because when the Big Three was supposed to engage, only 2 of them decided to engage. J. Cole engaged, and then he backed away, and so it was 2. And then after the 2, 1 reigned supreme, and we know who that was, Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, and like you said, J. Cole bowed out of that battle, right? You're an MC. You're supposed to be ready for any type of smoke. Now, that doesn't take away his pen. It doesn't take away his catalog. It doesn't take away his consistency. But when it came to that battle, when it came to see who was number 1 during that time, he bowed out.
Now,
and that was his personal decision.
And when he drops the fall off is probably going to be dope. We all know J. Cole can rap his ass off, and he can be your personal favorite. But when it comes to being number 1,
and that
no, that's not going to happen.
Why y'all sitting here acting like people not acting like J. Cole is a part of that Big Three because of him bowing out of that battle? That is a thing. That is actually happening.
No, he's still part of the Big Three. He's just not number 1.
I don't think there's no Big Three no more, period. As Kendrick said, there's no Big Three. It's just Big Me. Now, if you just want to be technical and say who have been the best of the last 15 years, yes, that is still the 3.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's it. But there's a clear number 1, and his name is Kendrick Lamar. And I still got Drake at 2, and then Cole would be 3.
Because apart from his point on the Big Three no longer existing, this was nearly word for word when I spoke about the Big Three in the last video, about how J. Cole made it a cakewalk for Kendrick Lamar by folding, since the general consensus is that Drake lost to Kendrick. And I wouldn't go as far as say the Big Three no longer exists, but there's a hierarchy, and it is hard to argue against Kendrick being the number 1 in the trio, at least as of right now, based on how events went down in 2024. And on Fat Joe and Jadakiss, even though they fell out with 50 Cent at one point, it is clear that they were still huge fans of the music. I mean, Fat Joe has told stories on how he was low-key a big fan of 50's I Get Money, and in a recent segment from the Joe and Jada podcast, we got more from Fat Joe.
Name me a couple of songs you wish you did, so when you hear it in the club,
All hits.
yeah, fuck all hits.
That's a good question.
Lean back.
Nah.
In the club.
Oh shit.
Fuck out of here.
Flo Joe.
Flow Joe. Straighten it out. They reminisce over you.
Yep.
Fucking, whose world is this?
I really wish.
I wish I made mad songs.
I wish I made in the club for sure. You know, I made Candy Shop with Scott Storch. You know, I told him how to make the shit. He made it, and 50 Cent turned that into some other shit. He called me 20 times. Are you sure I could give it to 50 years before any beef for anything? I was like, yeah, give it to him. Man, every time I hear that motherfucker, I be like, God dang. But like, how did I let that?
I heard How to Rob before everybody. Like 50 don't remember this, but we was in Trackmasters. He saw me. He was like, yo, Pete, check this out. And he just pulled me to the corner. He started spitting alerts to How to Rob. And I was like, you're gonna upset a lot of people with this one.
But it does rhyme with
Japanese.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
But can you hear Fat Joe on Candy Shop? Because I can hear it. And just days after comedian Josh Johnson revealed that he believes Eminem and 50 Cent could do stand-up.
Are there any rappers that you think would make good comics?
I think Eminem for timing, and I also think like 50 Cent for like content.
We got 50 out here at the premiere of his new film, Moses the Black.
It's an amazing project. I think when people get a chance to really look at it, it's important for me not to make it about religion, to make it about entertainment. Immediately, the subtext is strong. It's there. You know what I mean? So I think I wanted to market and promote this project as a project that everybody needs to just see and let them just have the information instead of trying to force it down there. And then, you know, there's two things that tell you to stay away from. They tell you to stay away from religion and stay away from politics, because no matter what you think, someone passionately disagrees with you. Right? And I stay away from those things. That's how Kanye fucked up. You know? And Nicki says some shit. You know, it feels crazy, but it is very accurate. You know what I mean? And for you to understand, like for me, I want to thank Simeon Faith. I want to thank Nicholas. Oh shit! Thank Simeon Faith. And the Nicholas Markopoulos. In fact, it's cinematic fun, you know, and our producers, Alex Potter. I can't forget Harry Potter. So it's Alex Potter, Elaine, right? Elaine Popovich. And what's the Brent Hayes. Well, Brent Hayes came to me. But you'll see amazing performances from Omar Epps. From and this name, I've been working on it. I know which name I'm talking about, right? Julio Lucci. I got Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
Quavo. Bubba Big Hybrid in the house tonight. Yeah. Deontay Wilder. It's on for everybody. This one, they're gonna love this. It's gonna go down. You know, we're at 1800 theaters, so get a chance to see it. It's early. It's January 30th. We'll be out. So y'all, you know, just get a chance to check it out. Really enjoy this project, man. Really appreciate you. Thanks for coming.
And of course, even joking about it has sparked split reactions. Yeah, cause he's scared to lose that check. To which a user responded, nah, he's smart to not lose the check. And some are wondering, I'm tripping, or 50 could legit start stand-up comedy, skull and loudly crying emojis. And perhaps there's some truth to 50's jokes. Is he right to prefer to stay away from politics and religion? And if you were with us a few months ago, you remember when we covered it extensively, Pusha T pretty much bullying Travis Scott for being legendary corny, to put it lightly.
He's shameless. It all came from actually being in Paris through carrying the Utopia briefcase,
right. Yep.
Doing his whole spiel.
I just thought it was disrespectful. I'm like, man, we don't even want you here.
Mm-hmm.
He comes, he interrupts the session. The next day, the meltdown verse or whatever comes on.
Like, we're not here to hobnob with any rappers, and I personally don't like rappers who don't rap.
Right.
Like, I don't want to hear that.
That was a corny, like, you shouldn't have been here anyway. Him specifically, too.
And months later, Travis Scott has addressed this in a Rolling Stone interview. If you got to drop Trav's name for the rollout, so be it. When you go back and look at it, it is crazy. Dude said I had a film crew with me. I'm like, what? I remember when I pulled up, it was them dudes that had a film crew. I'm talking about the little microphone on the stick and all of that. I was like, oh crap. Am I in the documentary? A lot of ish Pusha was saying just didn't make sense to me. It was like he was saying I was interrupting ish and I was playing them ish. First of all, I can't interrupt something that somebody asked me to come pull up on. Travis says Pharrell invited him to their recording session. So when I hear that type of ish, I'm just like, I don't know, man. If you got to drop Trav's name for the rollout, so be it. And in Travis' corner, you'd find reactions like, responded months later, so Pusha T wouldn't get additional album promo. Fair play, Travis. And in Pusha T's corner, these non-rapping rappers nowadays responding to disses in magazine interviews and social media posts, LOL. Man, get in the booth. And sadly, it is not just non-rappers doing this these days. It has become the norm in hip-hop for rappers to exchange disses in podcasts and interviews rather than the booth. I mean, welcome to the new generation of battles in hip-hop. We even see younger rappers hide behind retirement to avoid responding to vets who call them out to battle. But what are your thoughts?
Shut the fuck up in 2024!
Play on me. Take your sip. Play on me. Take your sip, take your sip.
And Charlie Puth continues to show that Eminem's classics had a huge impact on him, like he's revealed in the past, as he was recently asked about his top 5 greatest songs of all time.
5 greatest songs ever written.
Well, and recorded, because I think for you it's also about the arrangements.
Oh, goodness me. I think Juicy by Notorious B.I.G. Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, written by Diane Warren. I think Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head by Burt Bacharach.
Wow.
I'm just taking a second because I know the internet lives forever. I think when I heard The Real Slim Shady, produced by Dr. Dre, the snare drum blew me away on that. And probably Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Wow.
It's so subjective, and I'm sure I didn't even mention a James Taylor song. So if I were to do an honorary mention, I'd say something in The Way She Moves.
And over the years, some believe we've seen enough. I would like to see Charlie and Eminem collab. And you might want to direct this request to Skylar Grey. There's a high chance she features on Eminem's next album, and Charlie Puth could produce the record. What are your thoughts? And we got word from Illa, the producer, on working with Eminem on several songs. Story time. I still remember getting the email from my lawyers asking if I had a bunch of songs with Eminem. I said no. I did one on the Revival album. He responded, well, you have a bunch of them now. I scrolled down and it was 4 arrangements for 4 songs. Mind blown emoji. I was like, what the F? This was the craziest moment of my life. I decided right there and then that I wouldn't tell a soul, not even my mother. As creatives, we always want to run and tell everyone about our achievements before they come to fruition. In that moment, something my amazing mother told me popped in my head. Sit on your eggs till they hatch. Boy, that ish was not easy, but I didn't say anything for months. Then it dropped out of nowhere and my life changed. I'll do a breakdown of the songs I did on this album, cause that's a whole other chapter. Laughing emoji. And what is your favorite Eminem song produced by Illa, the producer? I'll start with Book of Rhymes, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.